Okay. Part
And
2
now
to the
to get you
interlude.
demonetized.
Say that again?
I said, and now to get you demonetized.
Oh, don't demonetize me. Okay. Whoa, my dog's going crazy. Okay, so I guess part 2, where after you basically pass out at Dorothy's, you come to, and she kind of gives you a sad smile as she offers to escort you home. You're still kind of out of it as, Rogan answers the door and lets you go to bed, and you've only been asleep for about maybe an hour, a little less than that, when you hear voices outside. And as you kind of creep from your bedroom, kind of like a little kid listening in on his parents, sitting on the top of the stairs, you hear the door open again, and Rogan let out a long sigh as he just happens to look up at where you are sitting. And he shoots you kind of a not disappointed look, but kind of like a come on, really? As he asks, so how much of that did you hear?
You cut out like the past 3 seconds.
Oh my goodness. What was the last thing you heard?
He looked up at where I'm sitting.
He happens to look up at where you're sitting and he lets out this long sigh. That's not necessarily disappointment, but it's more of like a come on, really? As he asks you, so what'd you hear?
Well, hold on, I gotta bring up what I typed because that's basically what I'm doing. So I Rill Rill
Mhm.
heard everything, and so he's gonna joke about like, yeah, I heard all of that, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I considered running away the moment that you said that. What? What did you
Mhm.
say? Did he say when he said, uh, when I heard you say you would have never let me in your home? That's what he said.
He, as you kind of tell him this, he looks a little bashful as he kind of looks into the ground. He's like, I, look, I meant what I said, and you heard my reasoning with your friend out there of why, but I still want to trust you. I still care for this version of you. I just, I just don't understand why this anger correlation is happening now. And I hate it as much as you. And you can tell as he looks at you, he's telling the truth. It's is hurting him almost just as much as it's hurting you.
And this is when we bring in Riptide.
Oh,
So Rill starts to sing a modified version of Riptide, talking
medieval
about
version.
kids. Huh?
Medieval version.
A medieval version that's not about romantic love. But basically, like, he grew up in a very, like, skittish environment. He couldn't fix anything, so he just learned to run away from everything. But he loves this family, the no name or last name. Always forget.
Mhm. It's the last
It's
name family.
last name family. Like, he loves them. Everything inside him. He's never had really a proper family before. So he's been running his whole life, but this is the first time that he wants to stick through it and try to fix the problem, or at least get the chance to try.
Mhm.
And in my own words earlier, I'm sorry that seeing me hurts right now, but I'm done running away. I've run away from any problem I can't fix my entire life. It's all I knew. But if you'll let me, I'd like a chance to right a wrong and stick by your side, despite the fact something I did hurt you.
He takes a minute to reply to all of this. He kind of lets it sit, kind of lets you talk it out. And after a moment, he kind of just sits down next to you on the stairs and just says, I don't know if you've done anything wrong. For all I know, this is some weird trick being played upon me, some odd magic that I don't understand. I mean, you probably understand it more than I do. So I don't want you to leave. I don't want you to run off, try to start over again, go back to how you were before you started performing at Jill's. So I'm still glad that you came into my life, Rill. I don't know what I would have done, my wife, my kid. I don't know what we would have done if we hadn't have met you. And I don't want you hurt because of some vague feeling I hold that I don't even know means anything. And it kind of trails off after this.
I love the note. No, hold on. The last name family. Jill is the only one who doesn't have a last name.
Yeah. Jill, no, she has a last name. It's just no last name.
Right, because that's not confusing to any viewer outside of the campaign.
Well, horse.
Horse?
Horse. But yeah, he kind of lets you take the lead. I also will remind you, you do have 3 questions you can ask.
Um, Let me skim over what Jaden sent because I just now saw it. Just a quick skim. Oh, we have new rulers. I want to ask him what like his life was like for and during the war.
Yeah, so as you ask, this is kind of like a bittersweet emotion takes over, as you know, because I mean, obviously he's been thinking about the war ever since his jar was broken. I mean, that's when the correlation begun for him. And he begins to tell you about his life in Synchrene. He describes to you, sorry, folks, being weird. Uh, describes to you how he kind of lived a simple life before, the war broke out with the revolters. He was one of the guards for uh, the rulers, and he was just kind of, a simple man where he had met his wife, and they were just kind of, in his own words, boring. And so when the war broke out, him and his brother had volunteered to be on the front lines to fight these people.
He
And with the
survived.
huh?
And he survived.
Well,
I mean, he's not dead.
I mean, one of them's not dead,
I'm talking about Rogan. Rogan was on the front
but
line and lived.
yeah, because he was a great warrior. Although he'd never admit that. You can tell he's definitely downplaying his contributions. But he continues to tell you how he and his brother worked under the Knowledgeable, who, was big on war strategy. So she would tell the warriors where to go, what to do, and they would do it. And so he describes a particular battle at this waterfall. And it's one that he kind of struggles to get through as he describes how his brother was gravely injured. And when kind of like how he described in your character introduction, how he debated on if he could retrieve his brother and take him back to get healed up by the Kind, which is another ruler. But was ultimately decided that wasn't the case and had to leave him behind. And that's where his brother had perished. And he kind of, again, trails off after the story and is not looking at you. He is looking almost everywhere but you.
Well, I want to pat him on the back, say, "Wow, I didn't realize that you had such a rough time." And I thought my past was rough.
He kind of lets out this humorless laugh and he's like, I don't think comparing a dead brother to an abusive grandmother is quite comparable, but I appreciate it. I really do.
I would like to ask if he has any leftover maps from the war of the bordering countries
Uh,
or kingdoms or whatever the word is. Like, does he have a keepsake box?
he kind of looks over and then he shakes his head and he goes, no, most of the stuff has been kind of put into safekeeping by the rulers. So I don't really have a map per se, but I mean, I remember the where the neighboring kingdoms were. I remember, at least the titles and who ruled them, if that'll help you at all.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind doing also a quick doodle of north of or south of something. It could literally just be circles next to each other.
Hold on. So
I
yeah,
know I'm making you think on your feet.
I just gotta screenshot something. Yeah, he gets up and quickly grabs like a pen and paper and does a very quick doodle of like half a map. And where's your DM?
I don't exist.
You apparently do not. And yeah, he gives you this piece of a map. And hold on, I gotta pull up my cheat sheet. Put the phone, put the phone.
Well, that's all I'm able to do.
Ha, ha. I think Jaden might have already had some of these names, but you get more.
She has Saxory.
Yeah.
Is Saxory gonna have a saxophone horse?
Guess you'll have to wait and see.
It better not be a saxophone hand horse. That's gonna be awful.
Don't give me ideas. Oh, if I can spell my own kingdoms, that would be fantastic. Who
Is
rules you?
Valil or Valai? How do you pronounce? Valin.
Valil?
Valil. That's the
Valil
last one
Zoran.
I would have expected.
Yeah, he tells you that, yeah, Saxory is ruled by the Brave, who was one of the stronger rulers. He kind of also is on the front lines. And yeah, he rules the kingdom north of you. And something weird happens as he tries to describe Saludom to you. And he points to it, and you can see his mouth moving. You can see that he is trying to tell you something. But again, you are hit with this blinding headache that you don't hear him. The only thing that you can actually pick up is that it is ruled by, if I can type, is ruled by the ruler named the Kind. And you know that she was one of the healers in the war. She was kind of focused on the medicine portion of it.
We dividing and conquering. Who's in charge?
What mean?
Well, we have medicine, we have Paleodox, and we have Paleodox is the knowledgeable. It took me a minute. And then
Mm-hmm.
there's Saxory, which is the brave, meaning they all had their own kind of like method of battle. Why are we dividing and conquering?
It's just to even the score. I mean, have six people with different points of views and different ways of doing things to rule one kingdom, then I mean, there's really not a problem that you can't solve.
I have a lore question. Is No Man's Land where like the battles were fought, or what?
So, No Man's Land is basically kind of where the majority of villages and living spaces were back when it was just Synchrony. So, back before everything split. So
So
now,
Suncrane is the continent.
Synchrene, yeah, is the entire continent that was one basically giant kingdom ruled by these six people. And so after the war, they decided the best way to prevent, people from rallying together to try to, kill people was to just split off into smaller kingdoms, so it's, smaller population sizes to handle, et cetera, et cetera. So now No Man's Land, the dark green part that you can kind of see on your map, is this basically empty ruins of old villages that, they couldn't decide how to split up. And so they just kind of leave it out there as a reminder of what happened.
That's depressing.
Yeah. All right,
Also,
you
do the colors on the map like correspond to like a biome, or is that just territory?
yeah.
Because the gray makes me think that that's like a mountainous region.
Yeah, Saxory is forests and mountains. Saludom is kind of like more tropical, more beaches.
I want to go
Think like,
there now.
yeah, rainforest stuff. And Paradox is kind of your middle of the road, typical forest, typical valleys, with of course the coastline. All right, you have one more question that you can ask Rogan,
Wait, what was my second question?
the map. You asked
Oh,
him his life during and before the war. You asked him if he had any maps, and neither.
um, can I ask a question with like multiple points in it?
Depends. Ask it, and I'll see if I deem it worthy.
I was gonna ask like if he knows any connections to like some of the bigger people that we've met, like Dorothy, Hermans. Um, what does she know about Koa? Because I still don't trust him.
So, are you just basically asking if history with people in the town?
Yeah. Or if
Okay.
there's any specifically if there's anybody of great note.
Hmm. How do I want to do this?
Sorry, I keep
He,
asking the weird question.
right. He kind of thinks it over and is going through these like specific people that you brought up. And he just kind of looks, apologetic. Is he like, I'm sorry, I really can't remember these people from before. I mean, you have to remember, Synchrene was a massive kingdom, so I didn't know half the people here before the walls went up. So I can't really tell you much about him. And he does look genuinely apologetic as he says this.
I have a clarification question, not for him. Did you say that he is on like the ruler side? What does that mean?
He fought against the revolters, so he served under the knowledgeable and all the other rulers.
Okay, so then can I clarify to get more out of him?
I guess.
Can I tell him that I may know who one of the revolters was?
That catches his attention. That he is perking up. He is, I think, for the first time since you've stumbled your way home, is looking you straight in the eye, and he's like, "Yeah, I mean, anything you have, please. I'm listening."
I'm gonna make him promise that he cannot turn anybody in. Like I
He
have,
he
like
kind of
I
look.
have to ally.
Yeah. He looks conflicted about things. Like, I want to promise you that, but you remember how bad it was before the walls went up. You remember living through that first famine. I Look, depending on who you tell me, I might be able to hold off, but I can't promise anything.
Well, here's the thing, Rogan. The person who was a revolter has retired, and she has talked to me about not really wanting to be part of it again. So I do not see her as a risk.
You can tell, is definitely like trying to decipher your words almost before you tell them. And he looks a little more settled by this, but not by much. As he lets out this long sigh, and he's like, "You have to understand, it's a little different for me. I want to believe people can change. I want to believe that someone, when they say they are done, they are washing their hands of it. But I lost a brother out there, Rill. So I can say that I won't tell anyone and that I will trust you 100% of the way, but I would be lying if I said I am not tempted right now to run out and try to find the knowledgeable.
Well
But I
then
will say,
I
sorry,
cannot give you I cannot give you a full name because honestly, I'm not sure if that's even her real name. I'm not gonna lie.
he kind
But
of laughs at this.
let's just say that she's somebody important to she's a what am I trying to say? She's a kind of a pillar of the community, kind of.
He nods at this and he says, "Okay, okay, I'm going to make you a deal. If you can prove to me that this person you are talking about is trustworthy and is actually hung up the mask for good, then I'll keep it to myself. But the moment I suspect that they are causing trouble, that they are planning something that my family, which includes you, Rill, is at risk, I'm telling someone." Okay?
I'm gonna tell a trusted adult.
Yeah, that's basically what he's threatening.
The only thing that I can prove to you is that she is not a threat to me and that I made her promise to keep I promised to keep you guys out of it. Or I didn't tell her to. I'm promising to keep you out of it.
He nods at this and he's like, "Look, drag me into any trouble that you're into. I want to help you. My main concern is, can can you make sure that Kia stays far away from this?"
I can make plenty of connections to keep her safe. That is something I can promise. And then I hold out my pinky to pinky swear.
He laughs at this and he's like, I think you have more in common with a 10-year-old than you do with me. And he wraps his pinky around yours, and he promises.
Okay.
Oh
So,
no.
what do you mean, oh no?
Oh no. Continue.
What happened?
Nothing.
Would you roll? Would you roll? He lied. He's lying to me. He made no promise.
Nuh-uh, nuh-uh. You can't break a pinky promise. That's not how it works.
Yeah, but he's also mad.
All right. Your
Okay, well
move.
now here's what's gonna happen. I'm not telling him yet. What I'm gonna say is I'm gonna set up a meeting place so that way you can talk to her yourself and you can see if she's a threat.
Okay. I will say this. I didn't roll anything, and he is being honest, but you can play it that way if you want.
That was what I was planning anyway. I just wanted to be sassy with it.
Okay, I see how it is. You tell him this, and he kind of deflates a little, and he goes, "Well, how do I know if who I'm meeting is who I'm supposed to be meeting if you don't tell me who I'm meeting?"
Well, I'm gonna be real honest with you. You'll know when you know. She
He
is
gives you a
she's
flat
not
look at
very
this,
good at hiding it.
and he frowns at that, and he's like, "I think I would have known if some pillar in our community was one of the revolters. So obviously she's a lot better at hiding it than you're letting on."
Or she's not a threat. Hmm?
He kind of looks at you like, "Really?" And he's like, "I've seen what they can do. They're threats."
I'm gonna show him the wound on my forehead and be like, this is only here because she protected me from the other cautious revolters.
He hadn't noticed this wound before, so he's kind of like now freaking out at this like bandage that's on your head. As he reaches up, he's kind of like, doing the dad check or whatever, making sure you're not hurt anywhere else. And he's like, "I don't trust anyone that quote unquote hurts someone to protect them.
I
You're
didn't even
really
say that.
not you're not helping your case here."
I mean, when the others were pointing a crossbow at me, I feel like knocking me out was the better choice.
His eyes go wide at crossbows. They were pointing crossbows at you? Was it that
And
that
see how I'm unbothered?
He's like, it was the guy at the performance, wasn't it? He was one of them. I mean, we've seen the coat, we've seen the mask, but he was going to kill you. And he's
I mean,
saying this like asking, but also very sure of himself.
to be fair, that one, he was actually a criminal.
And he's
But
like,
the
"Yeah,
other one,
all of them are criminals."
listen, listen, listen. Do you remember the night that you brought me in?
He's like, I do. Where are you going with this?
Before you kind of, I don't know what the word is. I keep trying to say, and like the alcohol work group. What is that?
What?
What is the word I'm looking for? It's gone. Word is gone.
Support? What?
Rehabilitated.
Oh,
Could not find.
oh my goodness. Yes.
Oh, good lord, that was way too hard to find. Before you rehabilitated me, I did some things that I'm not proud of. I have tried to make things right with all the people that I'm going to be honest with you, I did steal some, but it was only ever enough to. And I stopped doing it as soon as you guys took me in, and I got a job.
He's like,
You
"Real,
have my word with me.
Real, I don't blame you for that. Stealing to survive is one thing, but these revolters killed with no remorse. They didn't care who was on the other end of their sword as long as they were the ones left standing. It's
Okay.
you have to understand it's different here.
I understand. However, have you asked one before?
He kind of gets this weird look on his face. He's like, "Yeah, the last time I tried to reason with one of them ended up with my brother dying."
Well, hopefully, the next meeting I can clear things up.
He kind of gives you a disbelieving look, but
I
lets you
will go
continue.
with you. I will protect you. You will protect me. You can. I don't know. I'm gonna give you a knife if you want.
He kind of scoffs at the thing. He's like, "You really think me, one of the best soldiers from the war, doesn't have a weapon hidden around here?"
Hidden. You mean the various weapons on the wall are hidden?
Look, Kia asks questions, and sometimes letting her see them is better than her trying to find them on her own. But I have some tricks up my sleeve. There's still secrets about me that you don't know, real Mod Bottom.
Well, if tonight has done anything to gain some of your trust back again, you can trust me to set up a meeting with you and her.
He lets that sit for a minute before he just gives one solid nod and just goes, "Okay, I trust you."
Can I at least ask what the oh no was? I really want to know what that was.
Just me worrying about the future. Don't worry,
You worrying?
me worrying.
Did I do something that like changed the continuity?
No, I don't think this meeting will go as smoothly as you think. And that's all I will say.
Technically speaking, I have not broken my promise with Dorothy because I did not tell him that Dorothy was that.
This is true so far. Actually,
Which is,
speaking of, he kind of turns to you and kind of turns the table and he's like, I got a question for you, Rill. Your friends, Serenia, Misty, do they know who this revolter is?"
are you gonna kill him? I joke.
He kind of looks appalled and he's like, "No, I'm not gonna kill your friends. I've not seen you make friends in the past like 5 years, so I'm not gonna kill the only two you got."
What do you mean only two I got? I'm being friends with the whole city.
He kind of just waves you off. He's like, too close friends, but no, I'm not gonna kill him.
Does Dorothy kill Rogan?
You'll have to wait and see. You have not answered him.
Um, did I tell them?
They know, yes.
They do have knowledge of who she is. I don't know why I worded it that way. I do know who she is. However, they do not have the same relationship with her that I do.
He nods and he's like, "Can I ask you another question then? Did you know her before the walls went up?"
Well, then I have a question for you, Emma. Did he?
I don't know, did he? What do
Did
you
wait?
remember? What do you know?
Do you want me to just add a backstory right now?
No, no, he did know her.
He did?
He did not.
Oh. Did he see any of the revolters then?
I don't know.
Can we retcon something?
I don't know.
Can Dorothy be a revolter that was going to like, I don't know, do something bad in his vicinity, and then she sees this small child, and like she protects him and like makes him go hide.
I mean,
Can she be the reason that he
maybe.
learned how to run away and hide?
I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
What do you mean, maybe? I'm trying to ask how to answer this.
Well, no, just answer this with what you know. I mean, no, I mean, to my knowledge, no, you didn't know Dorothy.
I don't. Okay, I'm just gonna lay it out. I didn't know her.
There's a relief on his face as you say this, but he does not verbally reply.
Does he think I'm a revolter?
I won't lie, that was a fear of his. Things are getting complicated in the last name household.
I want to leave him with something like, "Hey, if anything ever were to be brought to my knowledge that you or your family is in danger, I will do everything in my power to help you fight."
He nods and he just goes, I'll hold you to that. So long, and he points at you very sternly, so long as you are counting yourself within that group. If you are facing trouble, know that I will be there. All you gotta do is ask, and I'm there. Okay?
Pinky promise.
He holds out his pinky.
Wait, what was that thing that I did before where I used my tail?
Oh, I don't recall.
I think it was with Jill or something. Actually, it may have been with Rogan.
I don't remember the specifics. But yeah, you guys swear on it. You swear that your father figure has kind of aged like 10 years as he kind of deflates and sits, resting against the wall as he's sitting on the staircase. And he goes, well, today sucked. And he just kind of starts laughing.
I will say, you may not want to trust Stella with everything that you have.
That, again, gets a reaction out of him. He kind of sobers up very quickly and he goes, why wouldn't I trust her? She's provided everything here for us. I mean, she, let us have this wonderful house because we helped her. Why
You
why
want to
wouldn't we
know?
trust
You want to know what's worse than a corrupt leader?
her?
A leader who makes everybody believe that they're a god.
She lets out kind of a scoff and he goes, I don't think Zella Sam's way is a god.
Did I tell him about the jars, or did Serenia? I think Serenia told him.
Yeah, she told him about the jars, just not like Blue Jay or anything.
Okay, well, I'm gonna remind him that those jars were locked in her basement.
He doesn't have a comeback to that. He lets it kind of hang in the air between the two of you.
Just be wary of her. Do not let her like make you believe in everything she says. Question it. I don't think she has told a blatant lie that I know of. She can be crafty. I mean, she is the knowledgeable. That's kind of her whole thing.
He again nods and he's like, we really are a mess together, huh? But I promise I won't be so blindingly trusting of her as long as you are not blindingly trusting this revolter friend of yours.
Oh, believe me, I am not fully trusting of her yet either. but I have told her that she can count me as an ally, because I'd rather have her as an ally than an enemy.
He looks conflicted as you say this, but overall understands. He's trying, you can tell, trying very hard not to go like full dad mode. And he's like, all right, despite everything, I trust you, Rill. Okay? So if you say you know what you're doing, I'm choosing to believe that you do.
Meeting is gonna be fun.
Oh boy. Is there anything
Yeah.
else you want to say to him before we wrap it up? Or
Um, I want to remind him that Kia is stronger than he thinks.
he sighs and he goes, I know, but she's also just a 10-year-old girl. I can't expect her to fight these sort of things on her own. I mean, that's not good parenting. That's not fair.
Well, you've done a great job shielding her, but in times that are as uncertain as now, I think it might be a good time to unretire those weapons.
He nods and he goes, I will if I need to.
I will continue teaching her magic, but you have to promise you will teach her how to defend her.
He nods and he goes, I will. After what just went down today, or I guess yesterday, as he kind of peers out the window and you see the sun rising, he goes, after
Wow.
what happened, yeah, after what happened there with the whole, assassination attempt, I'll make sure she's ready. I'm sure I'll make sure she can defend herself if either of us aren't there.
I also want to joke and say, like, yeah, I just want to say I was not in on that plan. They acted on their own. However, I am fully with them.
He laughs and he's like, yeah, it's concerning how easily though that one of them, and by the way he even says it, he's referring to the revolters, how one of them could just manipulate people so easily. That's what I'm worried about.
I want to, like, frown a little bit and, like, I don't know, do like a weird magic thing between my fingers and be like, if the revolters are crafty enough to manipulate people, how crafty and manipulative do you think that the leader of an entire city can be?
He kind of pauses and goes, well, I hope if A, that they can be outwitted and that's not the word I'm looking for. They can be smarter and craftier than those trying to kill us, then I hope they're smart enough to know what to do. And B, I hope that you know what you mean when you say to be cautious of her. And that if there is some merit to that, then hopefully their people are smarter than them.
Yeah, have a new ally in war. Mind you, I'm going to do everything in my power to keep him out of the war. He will not be fighting me.
Good luck.
I will lock him in a cage if I have to.
All
He is
right.
not getting on the battlefield.
Is there anything else you would like to say to him?
Would you like some warm tea to help you unwind from all of this?
He goes, that would be great. And he stands and helps Rill up from where they're sitting on the staircase and leads them into the kitchen for a quiet, well, I guess now morning, as they both digest what the other told them.
And now
And
I have to
after,
figure out how to tell Dorothy that they're meeting because she's not in on the
she doesn't
plan.
know. She doesn't know at all. She told you, hey, don't tell anyone about me or my involvement. And what do? Tell your father. You told a
Actually, I did.
trusted adult.
I
That's what
technically
you
did not.
did.
I technically did not.
Close enough.
I said there's somebody I know.
Okay.
It could be literally any of the women in the city. Could be Zella.
Could be so. Okay, let me wrap it up here. So yeah, you two kind of enjoy this morning tea and in the silence. You still know there's a couple hours until Rogan's wife or kid, starts moving about. So you two kind of just enjoy this normalcy while you still have it. After a while, you can kind of hear some movement in the streets of people kind of cleaning up from the Second Life Festival. But overall, it's pretty quiet as everyone's still kind of abiding. Excuse me, sorry. Abiding by this curfew that was set in place last night. And after a while of just sitting in the silence, you and Rogan kind of wish each other well, I guess, good morning as you go your separate ways into your bedroom. I mean, do you do anything before you fall asleep?
Um, what spells do I have?
What your
I,
spells gonna do?
I might have some things that I want to magic up. I have to find it. Hold on. I'm on my phone, so it's gonna take just a
You
sec. Oh,
have.
actually, I'm
I
there.
gotta say,
Um, I have a question for you.
hmm.
What is going on with minor illusion? Automatically successful investigation check for any interactions.
Yeah, so from my understanding from my brief Google search, whenever you can cast it, you don't have to roll to see if you can. You'll always be able to cast minor illusions. And if someone is interacting with your illusion, they have to roll an investigation check to see if they like notice it, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to use minor illusions and prestidigitation pretty much at the same time. To
Uh-oh.
what?
I said, uh-oh.
What do you mean? Uh-oh.
That's scary. Anyway, continue.
It's a good thing. It's a cute thing. I promise. I'm going to like summon a little fake bird to come fly in and sit on Tia to wake her up. A little blue jay.
A blue jay.
I want it to chirp at her.
She, yeah, wakes slowly as this illusionary blue jay kind of lands on her, I guess, lap.
And then just
And
dissipates in glitter.
she smiles because if anyone's gonna know Rill's magic, it's gonna be his little sister. As she immediately looks to her door and sees Rill standing there, and she smiles the biggest smile as she goes, "Good morning."
I have so much love for this family.
Good. So
And
bank
what?
nothing,
What did you say?
nothing.
I'm gonna freaking go back and listen to it.
I said, good, that's what I'm banking on. Yeah, little Kia, sits up and she waves her hand like very excited at you. And as she does, there are some like sparks of magic that come off of it as she's kind of showing off what her training has done.
Wow, I guess we might need to go on to the next phase.
Her eyes light up and she's like, yes, please.
You ready to
She
learn
she
some offensive magic?
she goes, ooh, my dad doesn't let me learn that type of magic. Is that okay? And you can tell even if you said no, she's still gonna want to learn.
I'm gonna just. I'm not gonna actually like do the whole thing. Just a bird comes back and whispers in her ear with Rill's voice, like, "Keep it a secret."
It's terrifying. But Kia loves it. She gets really excited and she's kind of like jumping up and down. She's like, yes, yes, please. And then she looks out the window and she goes, what time is it?
You tell me.
It's early morning.
Like
And
8 a.m., 10 a.m. What's early
like
morning?
6 a.m. She
I think it's about time for you to get on with your training.
she looks very excited. She's like, okay, okay, I gotta go meet up with a friend, and then when I come back, we'll have to start like right away, right away, okay? And she's very
It's
excited as she's
promise.
like running around, grabbing her stuff, ready to head out for the day.
I'm going to raise a warrior mage.
She's gonna race something. And yeah,
She's gonna
she's kind
raise
of
the din.
she kind of races around her room a little bit, shrugging on like a little like shoulder cloak or whatever, putting on her shoes as she smiles and she goes, "Okay, I gotta go meet with a friend, and then I will be back in like an hour, okay? And then we'll start, right?"
Just don't get kidnapped.
She smiles and she's like, "They couldn't kidnap me if they tried." And she is out the door.
She's getting kidnapped, isn't she?
I don't know.
That's why you ordered it as go with a friend. Is the friend dying or is she dying? Who's dying?
I don't know. But
I should have
as the
shown her how to at least use vicious mockery.
oh, don't worry, that child can insult them and make them cry any day. But yeah, as the house now fully falls into silence, no little Kia running around excitedly. Both the parents are still sleeping in the morning. Rill, I'm assuming, goes and lays down. He's
He
only
see.
slept like, yeah, he's only slept like an hour tops. I mean,
I wasn't even really sleeping. He was literally
he
knocked
got
out.
knocked out, yeah. And so as he lays down, hmm, roll me a perception check.
Can you roll it? Because I can't find my dice app.
Wow, I see how it is. No. Then you know what? No. He falls asleep
Okay, fine. I'm gonna Google
quickly.
it. It's just gonna take me a minute. Rude. How
Play
dare
the
you not
game
find
or the
one?
game plays you.
Well, guess what? Natural 20. Let's go.
No, I don't believe you. Send me a screenshot.
No. I already just exited the thing.
I don't believe you.
Well, then I have to re-roll. Okay, I got 10 this time.
All right. As you slip into sleep, you're
Nothing
not.
happens. It just dies.
Nothing happens. Rill is dead. Good night. No, you're not dreaming when you fall asleep, but you hear, the sound of wind blowing, kind of like you were back in that forest clearing with the willow tree. And you hear a distant voice, but you can't make out what it's saying, and you fall asleep.
I have to teach Kia how to use offensive. Like, I have to. We have to teach her Dissonant Whispers. We have to teach her Witch Bolt. Or what is it? Magic Missile. Which one does... Is it Eldritch Blast?
That's what Serenia has, yeah.
That's the one that, yeah, but we both use Charisma, so that's why I was...
But yeah, thus now ready for next session. All right, let me get Craig out of here.
Also, the spell that I want to teach her first
Okay.
is charm person. I don't
Yes.
want her to. I don't want her to fight yet.
Well, you two seem you have a choice.